DonutNV was founded by Alex and Amanda Gingold. It's a mobile mini donut franchise opportunity that requires an investment of $190,000 to $270,000, but can go as high as $650,000 for multiple territories and trailers. In 2023, DonutNV had been in business for nearly a decade, but had grown to only 13 franchises. Early that year, the Gingolds hired franchise sales organization Franchise Fastlane, with thousands of commissioned franchise brokers hyping it as the hottest new franchise investment with insane profit margins. Franchise Fastlane grew DonutNV to 280 franchise territories, operated by 130 DonutNV franchisees almost overnight. In December 2024, a significant number of DonutNV franchisees contacted unhappyfranchisee.com publisher Sean Kelly. They wanted to share their experiences and opinions with those considering the DonutNV franchise investment. The words and opinions expressed that follow are those of DonutNV franchisees from those December 2024 interviews. The voices have been modified to maintain confidentiality.
People at confirmation day and training ask, how many people have gone out of business? And Amanda will look at you with a straight face and say, 0. There are the Moores in Georgia, the Nestlers in Minnesota. There's John and Dana from Ocala, Florida. There's a gentleman in Alpharetta, Georgia who went out of business. He went out right before we did, not making any money. The franchisee in Orlando is declaring bankruptcy. There are people in Texas. We have an online group. There's like over 20 of us just in that group alone that are desperate to sell or soon having to file bankruptcy. One franchisee, who wasn't making money to begin with, had to say stop because his wife was diagnosed with cancer. They physically couldn't continue. He went to Alex and Amanda and told them, "My wife was diagnosed with cancer. We can't continue. Can you help us?" They basically gave them a foot in the ass and sent them packing. Those people lost everything on 2 territories. You know, it's just, they don't care. I struggled to put gifts under a tree for my kids for Christmas, and they took a jet to the Bahamas for Christmas and New Year's. It's on Alex's LinkedIn. His post says it's become a tradition to spend the holidays in our favorite place, which is Bahamar in the Bahamas.
Franchisees have been dropping like flies this year. Kristen in Florida. I know one in Chattanooga. He sold off and closed. He lost his ass. I started reaching out to people that we went through our training day with, and same thing. I mean, all 5 people except for one is shut down, or is thinking about shutting down. They're not making money, and they're losing money, and they can't survive the business. And then these people go dark. They go quiet. We know the process. They sign NDAs, and they can't say anything. And you know they're paying them out of the $300,000 investment they make. You know they're paying them 80 grand, and people are just walking away. People are surrendering their territories and their donut trailers and just walking away from it. They went after people like myself, semi-absentee, who have money. You gotta stop this Ponzi scheme, because that's what it is. I started firing off at the franchisor and saying, "What the hell are you guys doing?" And they couldn't explain themselves, of course. And then I immediately was like, this is a Ponzi scheme. I just paid 300 grand for a Ponzi scheme.
I don't think the couple that started DonutNV were out to, pardon my French, fuck over everybody. But I think they got to start seeing how much money they can make, and now I don't think they care. They're driving around in his and hers G-Wagons and flying to the Bahamas all the time and posting about it on LinkedIn and Facebook, while half their franchisees are dying, right?
Myself, along with 30 to 40 of the 120 franchisees, have finally realized this franchisor is a fraud and scam. That includes about 10 franchisees that have sold this year for 80 to 90% losses. We were sold by DonutNV's co-owners Alex and Amanda Gingold, along with Franchise Fastlane's Jake Hamburger, that this is a semi-absentee model making 80% net operating income. I've invested over $300,000 and haven't made a positive return. There are multiple franchisees right now engaged in legal action against the Gingolds. There are multiple franchisees that have settled and signed NDAs to not discuss. Honestly, I blame the franchise broker Franchise Fastlane and the salesperson Jake Hamburger. That's who majority of people complain about because this guy, Jake Hamburger, sold them, and told them it was going to be semi-absentee.
Semi-absentee, they drilled that into our brains. DonutNV is the furthest thing from a semi-absentee model. They made it sound like, you hire a manager and let them do the work. There's no way you could run this by just hiring people and sitting back and asking how it went.